sure I did. No, it's going to be iffy. Anyway, hope, do this number here a little bit. Just kind of get you more focused on what I'm going to be working on. Don't know if anybody's here yet, but if you are, hello. And happy Sunday to you. Early Merry Christmas. We're just a few days out from Christmas here, so hope you guys got all your Christmas shopping done and all that fun stuff. You know what I need? Not to do that. I need a nail.
Oh, that make it do.
Yeah, if you could help me out with that, that'd be great. I forgot and just realized it. So we got the Static King Static Grass Applicator up and running here. Actually about to give it its first test go with you guys. So what's up, Everett? What's up, Connor? It's going okay, guys. Just thought I'd take a little bit of time here to work on Dogtown. Finally get some static grass put down, I hope, on this section of Dogtown. Now, you're kind of looking at a not typical view here of the display. We're kind of in the east corner, if you will, northeast corner. So the barn goes here that my wife built. Thank you very much, honey. Needed a nail for the static grass applicator. So the barn goes here. You can see I've already got my driveway roughed out here anyway. I've already got my paint down except for this little spot. I'm not terribly worried about it because the barn's going to cover that up. So not real concerned there. And in fact, I should probably retest fit the barn just so I see where I need to static grass. That would make sense, wouldn't it? So we need to go in this neighborhood right here. So should have brought a marker. Oh, I might, hang on a second, guys. Might have something for that. That would make sense. Let's see if this red. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that red, but it's showing up pretty good for me. And now I'm leaving a little bit here because I'm going to put some growth up against that barn when the time comes to do that. So, hey, Sean, what's up, 64 scale builds? Hey, Malachi, hosting stuff there in a little bit, Malachi. It's been a hectic weekend for us here. So, you can just imagine Christmas time, fun stuff, a lot of stuff going on. So, hey, what's up, Colton? Building another small frame T9. I like it. Sounds good. Oh, I like it a lot. So I kind of roughly finished up that Case IH 810 Steiger, which is like way back over there. Guys saw pictures of it over on Instagram and Facebook. Just dug out a quad track that will be the quad track version of that. So we'll see how that goes. What's up, Kyle? When's more Caterpillar 1/64th coming out? That's a great question. We'd love to see more, wouldn't we? I don't know. Keep bugging them about it. Tell them we need it in 64 scale. Maybe that'll make it happen. I mean, don't bug them, but just casually drop the hint, or like Ertl and Caterpillar. If you can contact them through email or whatever, and just tell them you're a big fan of their stuff and you love the Caterpillar equipment that we got, and just wondering if any more would be coming out. That goes a long way, actually, when they hear from people. I sure can, Everett. You bet. Yeah, 6-cat 64. Did we get a 64th backhoe? What did we just get here not too long ago? Diecast Masters. Diecast Masters. That's it. Yeah. That's who we want to contact. I agree. I finished my 875. So, sort of, no. The main frame is done. And I'm doing doing a little revision to the shanks and some of the detail parts. One, the disc did not print worth a darn. So that's just a negative at that point. And then, so I got to fix that. And then the shanks, I'm actually making multiple piece shanks so that I can put a spring on them, so that they will actually spring reset. Why? Because I'm a glutton for punishment, apparently. But it'll look cool. Oh, might have a little too much glue there. Probably should have watered some of this down. I'm going to try something here. I don't know how well this static grass is going to adhere on this, this mat that I put down here, this flocking mat or whatever. What the heck was that? Batting for like pillows and sheets and stuff like that. That's what it was. And I honestly don't know the results, how this is going to work here. So, bear with me on that. I kind of wish I would have. It's all right. We'll see how it goes. Can always redo it down the road if it doesn't work out. Now I've already got some 12mm static grass mixed up. Now I'm using a couple different blends here, guys. So this blend is a homemade blend from a local train store, and I'm not sure what they're using, but it's kind of a late summer looking blend. But then I mixed in some more of a spring summer blend that's got a little bit of darkness to it, just because I kind of like that darker tint. So we're going to try some of that real quick. How many 1066s do you have? I have a 1066, including the 135, 5 millionth, 132nd, 5 millionth. I've got a few. I've got, I'd say 3 or 4 in 16th scale, and then probably a couple in 64 scale. I don't have any of the 32nds though. I do like that 5 millionth though. That's a great looking, tractor. Okay. Does this really have a screw on it? It really does have a screw. That's why it came with a screwdriver. Looky there. Okay. Boy, they're serious. The last static grass applicator I had, the lid just twisted off. These fellas are serious here with this big dog. I'm gonna give the old test try and see how she works. That's gonna stay on that. Yeah, that screw's not going back on there right now. Maybe one later, but got a 28-foot printed, working on some 3D parts for Richmond. Nice. How much would an 875 kit go for? Oh, I don't know. Probably 35, 40 bucks in that neighborhood, maybe less. Okay, let's see what happens here, guys. First attempt with the Static King static grass applicator. Well, I'll tell you what, so far, with the big 12mm, it's looking pretty good. Dare I say, slightly better than my other El Cheapo that I had. So that's a little surprising to me, because I usually don't buy into the hype of expensive is better. And I guess in this case, maybe I'm not going to say definitively that it is, but so far so good. Kind of gotta get my technique down here though. Whew, went through that bundle quick though. I'll mix up some more. Okay. Lights off. Now, they gave me this handy dandy comb. And it's not just for combing your hair, it's for teasing up your static grass. It's hard to get down in that though. I have a feeling when that dries and I vacuum that off, it might be easier. So I might just chill out on the combing of the static grass for right now. But it's standing up pretty good. I don't know how well that shows up there on the video, but it's standing up pretty good for 12mm static grass, which is very tricky a lot of times to use. So, all right, now I kind of want to work in some of the shorter grass through here. And I'll probably do it here and then maybe some patchy, and then I'm going to go back to the taller up against the wall there. So let's give that a shot. Now this guy, let's just do it this way. Still got a little bit of 12 in the tank here, but that's okay. Occasional long strand isn't going to hurt anything. I almost wonder. I don't want as much of the light on this. I want this to look a little more groomed. My different options, I think those are all the same. I guess I just got them if you lose them. Alright, let's see what I missed here, questions-wise. Pull-in sled from Myrtle to go along with the tractors. I think there's a pull-in sled coming, but not from Myrtle. Yeah, the John Deere is not licensed, of course. Yes, that is a belly mower on the bottom of that tractor. That's a custom. $2 millimeter working with that makes sense. I mean, layering it up makes sense. But we're just winging it here. That's what I do. Okay, I need a little more glue. Not a ton. Yes, that was plenty. Definitely plenty. Probably need a smaller dispenser for my glue. The gallon size is maybe a little overkill. Alright, I'm going to do that. Now my rock on here was laid quite a while ago, and it's good and dry, obviously. And so, I'm just going to dot a little bit in here on that, so I can get a little static grass onto my little driveway here. I think that'll be good. I don't want to go too far with this. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I do need some shorter up in here, probably closer to this. I don't know if that's going to work too good on this hillside or not. And then I want to continue, if I can, my tracks. Something like this. I'll probably hand lay some of the longer grass, like I did over in the creek, if you guys remember that video, where I just placed in some static grass by hand, drill a little hole, put in a tuft, if you will, and went from there. And that's probably what I'll do up against this rock wall here. Kind of liking that. Let's just see what that gets us here. I'm going to kind of give this a little shake. Get that mixed up some. Yeah, you're going to be waiting a long time for Ertl to make a subcompact anything, probably. Just not their market, really. Or at least not what they're going to go after. So, all right, let's see what happens. Lights on. Turn the switch on, you get the light on. It's kind of nice. You can see, kind of start up high, and then I come in a little closer. That's good. The downside to doing this live is, of course, you'll have to wait probably until tomorrow at least to see the finished product, because obviously we've got to let it dry before we can vacuum the excess out. You can kind of pick it up like that a little bit. Some of it works out pretty good. But I'm trying to keep everything upright, like so. And I know there are better ways to do this, I'm sure. This is just how it works for me, at least temporarily, until it dries, and I can vacuum it up. I might have been a little heavy. I don't know how well you can see that. I might have been a little heavy here with my track But that's okay. I can come back through with some gravel and lay it on top if I need to. You know what? My Massey is at 340 hours. So there's no downside to doing a live stream. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Kind of liking this. So I'll try to get down low later, or at least when it's all done, and show you some of the leftover 12 millimeters sticking straight up out of there, and it actually looks kind of how I want it to use, because this is going to be a fairly overgrown area on the farm. So it's kind of cool. Might try that back here and see what happens. Let's see, probably let's start with this. So I'm going to do a pretty big area this time. Tell you what, if you were one of those guys that had a massive train layout, it would take you forever to static grass. You have to refill every 6 inches or so, or whatever it is that I'm having to refill. Alright, 12, I try. No, you can't see that on camera right now. I'll see if I can put it down here. So you can see it. The 12, I try to break up as I'm putting it in, because the 12 is really clingy and clumpy. And so, at least in my mind, it makes sense to do that. Like, you just try to sprinkle it in so that it doesn't come in. Because, see, this is all one big clump. So it's not just a giant clump. Like I said, I'm kind of experimenting here. If this ends up looking really ratty and weird, that's probably not a bad thing, because it's kind of the look I'm going for over here. And there's going to be a lot of trees over here, a lot of bushes, things of that nature. So, like I said, we're not going for a perfectly kept field here, or a perfectly kept, yard. I really probably should have thinned this glue up some. Oh well. Ooh, that should be plenty. Where did I get the mower from? That is a C&D Models belly mower, was where that is. What building is the summer show at Dyersville? And it's in the museum. And they have it in the school too, didn't they last year? They have it in the school as well? Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in the school and the museum both. It's kind of like the National. Not quite as big as the National, obviously, but it's nice either way. I like the summer show. It's kind of relaxing. It's not as hectic, not as crowded. All that sort of fun thing. So it works out pretty good to go to that. I'm really curious to see how this is going to work here. This could look awesome. This could look awful. Well, we better move that, because I don't want to do anything down there. All right.
Was your other one this silent?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
It might have a little hum to it. You know what I didn't do?
What?
I didn't shake it up before I started applying, which is why we kind of got a weird distribution here. Actually, it's not looking too bad. It's kind of crazy when you do that, and you can see all the little
Mm-hmm.
threads flying up towards it. We still got plenty left in there. Should have glued more area. What do you think of that, guys? Almost too light, right? Like I almost need a darker blend there, I think.
Someone wants Bob Ross commentary.
Bob Ross commentary. Just gonna paint a little happy grass down here.
Happy grass. Okay.
Happy grass. This will be our secret.
No happy grass.
No happy grass. Never mind on the happy grass. I've just been informed that happy grass is not legal in all states. If you guys don't know who Bob Ross is, check him out on YouTube. If anything, he'll relax you. I guess that's my darkest short grass. Mix in some of this darker long. When is the Ertl Bobcat coming out? I mean, it's like anybody's. It could literally be here tomorrow, or it could literally be here next year. It's like anybody's guess, because of all the shipping challenges and all that sort of thing going on. It's just about impossible to say right now, unfortunately. Trying to get some of this darker mixed in.
Kyle says it's coming out in
January.
January.
Okay. Ertl says January.
But nothing else has been on time.
Believe it when I see it. But yeah, I mean, that's great. I hope it is. I really do. Hope it comes as soon as possible. I know we're all excited about it for sure. Gotta find an interesting way to do this here. All right. So I'm going to go with a little heavier mix here. I kind of probably want to do... Depends on what it looks like. If it ends up looking like this, I kind of want it here. If it ends up looking like this, I kind of don't. Hopefully I've got it darkened up sufficiently. So I'm going to try this, and we'll just see what happens here. Well, there's definitely plenty of...
Is that under the shed, though?
There's like a little bit of space between the shed and this. The shed starts right here.
Okay.
So, that'll be good. Hopefully. Come on. How many of you guys that are in school are off of school all this week? Super jealous. I'm definitely working all week. And it's supposed to be like 55 on New Year's or Christmas Eve, so I'll probably be working Christmas Eve too. Blah. But can't pass up that warmth when you work outside. You gotta do it. Unless you guys want to buy a whole lot of farm toys this week so I can retire. Probably won't happen though. I don't even have that many on my website right now. I'm hoarding them for the Richmond show. Once that show's over, I probably have to sit down for a good solid week and get the website in order. We'll do a live where you guys just sit and watch me data entry on the website. It'll bore you guys to tears. It does me. My least favorite thing to do. I'd pay somebody to do it, but I don't have that much money, so website stuff's expensive. Get off school on Wednesday. All right, gotcha. Speccast Kinsey stuff's probably in the shipping. Probably pretty close, yeah. Yeah, there's a S67 Bobcat coming, Donnie, from Ertl. It looks pretty good. Kyle's only got to go Monday. Malachi's done. It's to be done already, but still stuck in the Midwest. Ain't that the way it goes? Yeah, that's what the good warm Midwestern winter will do for you. Oh, I'm sure it could. I'm sure you could pass that off as an international if you bought a wet weather proofer and stuck some international decals on there. All right, let's see here. What? Shake it up. Yeah, gotta shake it up. Good reminder there. Woo, it's just like leaking out everywhere, and it's still not really shaking up very good. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's way better.
Might have to start mixing it in your bowl and then putting it in.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I did that earlier.
Because, yeah, the first one turned out well when they had it all.
Spec cast prices going way up on the Kinsey stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to see some pretty serious price increase in the farm toy world this year. Still trying to understand the premium the 1/64 X9s are bringing. You and me both, my friend. But yeah, I think this year is going to be interesting as far as farm toy prices go. I mean, we've been kicking around with our customs. Do we need to go up a little bit? Because tractors are costing us more, obviously. Shipping costs more to get stuff to us. So far, the tire guys haven't gone up in price any. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm expecting that any time now. If they're listening, please don't. But, it's just going to be an interesting year in the farm toy world. Hopefully it all can balance out in the end, I guess. But obviously we're getting some really cool new toys, so that's a great thing. And I don't mind, that we have to pay a little extra if we're going to get some cool new stuff. I get it. But I'm going to put just a little here. I don't know how well that's going to stick with that already. It's not going to stick where the darn's what it's going to do. But I was just trying to green that up a little bit. There. And I'm just picking up my extra here, guys. Again, in case you're just wondering. I don't know that it shows on camera, but you can go and grab a whole bunch of loose off your road. Obviously, I'll vacuum it once that time comes, but once everything gets good and dried. Trying to decide if I like that or not. Do I keep going? It's light. So I don't know why I'm on it. It's light. Kind of want it darker. But maybe over here it's okay.
You're going to have so much vegetation, though, isn't it?
That's true. It may not matter. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm just comparing it. So over here we've got a mowed field. Does that, does this look like that after it's mowed is my thoughts. That's... I know this doesn't, but this is riverbank. It's a whole different...
I like that the best, actually.
Honestly, I do too. What do you guys think so far? You guys can probably kind of see some of the color tonal differences here. Which area do you like best? Is sort of far area, the riverbank area, or this area? It's kind of three different tones really that I've done here.
He missed a viewer. He's a long time here. This is the first time he's been able to make a live, and he wanted to know what you thought about the new Ford Mavericks.
Oh, what do I think about the new Ford Mavericks? I think they're cool. Like, I kind of like them. I think they look a little funky. Like, I'm not saying it's the best looking truck ever made, but I love the idea. For me personally, if I didn't have a business where I had to do a whole bunch of towing and we occasionally kind of push the range of how far we have to tow. I think a Ford Maverick would be an awesome parts getter. Or like, hey, I gotta go pick up some toys from John Deere or something. I think it would be so cool. I think they're cool trucks. I really do. And thanks for tuning in to the live, by the way. I appreciate that. Area over by the grain cart. Yeah. Camera looks like a fisheye view. Yeah, that's the weird thing about doing YouTube live videos is my camera kind of gives you like a fisheye lens. It's weird. Whatever matches by the cart. Gotcha. Turismo, he's the new guy. Welcome. Thanks for hopping in your first live. I appreciate it.
It's too early to be doing John Deere versus Case or Chevy versus Ford.
John Deere versus Case or Chevy versus Ford.
It's a Sunday. We're supposed to be relaxed.
Yeah. Boy, you just want to get everybody riled up tonight, don't you? It depends on the tractor, because I mean, my channel's for the love of tractors. I love tractors. Steiger has always been my favorite brand, and I guess that falls under Case IH now. So I think that maybe means Case IH. But, I mean, I love John Deere tractors. The new 9Rs are awesome. 8960 is one of my favorite tractors of all time. John Deere 5020 is one of my favorite tractors of all time. Same thing with the 6030. Even like the 80 series, back, the last of the two-luggers. I love those too. So, I really do just love tractors. I get excited no matter what brand drives by. So, but that is a good classic question. Chevy or Ford? I'm a Mopar guy. Technically Mopar, especially if it's classic or if it's a pickup truck. I prefer Ram trucks. But we've got a couple Chevys in our driveway right now. They're all right. Driven some Fords. I don't know. The thing with cars right now at this point in time is I think every car maker is making good cars. I really do. I don't think there's too many junkers out there. Maybe Alfa Romeo. It seems to be pretty rough, which is disappointing because I'd love to have a Giulia. But I don't know. If I had to pick like between pickup trucks, Ford and Chevy, I'd probably pick a Ford. Even though I do drive a Chevy truck right now, I have a 1500. But that's a story for some other day. As far as cars go, I mean, I love the Mustang. The Camaro's an incredible performer, obviously. I'm not fond of the looks of the Camaro so much. And I've had the chance to be in one, and they're impossible to see out of, and I don't know, there's not particularly livable on a regular basis. Great kind of go cruise car, but I don't know. Hyundais and Kias and Genesis cars. Kias had the new line of like Hyundais and Kias are great, and the Genesis, those new like the, what are they? The 90s? Are they a G90, S90, whatever they are? The 80s and 90s. Those cars look so good. They're cool. Kia Stinger's great. Yeah, that's a cool looking car too. John Deere guy and Chevy guy. That's all right. That's like I said. I don't know. I'm kind of like everything. So Kyle was literally about to say Alfa Romeo. Yeah. And it's such a shame because they're such good-looking cars, and I just love the Giulia. Gosh, I would love to have one of those, but it makes no sense whatsoever from a a practical purchase standpoint. I mean, it's, you've got 4 doors and, fairly reasonable fuel economy in one of those. Fun to drive and all that sort of thing, but the reliability is just, ooh. And so, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they're cool. And I've talked to people that have them, and some of them have never had a bit of problem with their Julia, and then some of them have had nothing but. So it sounds like it's a bit of a crapshoot with those cars. And I'm at the point in my life where I'm not willing to take that chance. I want a car that's going to work. Especially with the price that cars are right now. And trucks. Which I'm sure you guys know. The absolute craziness that we're seeing in the used markets and new markets. It's nuts. I honestly don't know how people can do it. I'm happy they can. And, if you're one of those folks that can make that kind of money and buy a really, really expensive car and truck, good for you. I just can't do it. Alright, let's see if we can get some static grass put around here. I don't know if you guys could see where... Yeah, you can see what I was doing. Good. I started working and then thought, I don't know if they can see that or not. Alright, let's catch up on chat real quick. Yeah, G90, G80, G70. Yeah, I think those look so good. Like, those really turn the heads, I think. Yeah, the new GMCs are a good looking truck. I believe that, Turismo. All good when they're running and junk when they break. Yeah, that's true. Do I know who makes an older Kilbros wagon? If anybody did, it's probably Dave Holman. I'm not for sure. Heartland Customs might be your first stop to check there. Yeah, if you want something indestructible, buy a Toyota. I'll tell you what, like if I had some play money, some just sitting around money, I would consider a Supra. I think they look cool. Or I would maybe consider a Lexus LFF, RCF. Sorry, I almost said LFA, which is obviously way out of my price range. For a family car, I always thought the Lexus GSF would be awesome. You get performance, you get awesome sound because the Lexus V8s sound really good, and you get the indestructibleness of a Lexus. So Toyota products, so they're just pretty awesome. All right, let's shake our moneymaker here and see what we got. I got a laugh from my wife on the other side of the room. Oh, looking good on this hillside, I'll tell you that. Yeah, that's exactly. I don't want it too heavy there. On the hillside, I want my ground to show through, which right now it's going to show through glue white, of course. But, oh, I like that a lot. We might have found the secret formula there, guys. It's looking good. And up here, I kind of want it just a little bit heavier up against the base of the hillside. This area of my display has been going through my head since I started this display. I've always wanted to do a little section like this where it's really overgrown. We've got an old barn. We're going to have a couple old tractors rusted off and hiding in the weeds and in the barn. And then I've got this area here is a stream and a small waterfall, which is modeled after an area in our county that you can't get to anymore, unfortunately. It's private ownership, but anyway, and I've always wanted to model that too because it's just a memory that I've had from when I was a kid about that little part of our county, and anyway, so it's I've always thought, well, I'll do it. Well, since I've done it, I've kind of thought to myself, well, could this have been better used with some modern sheds or some grain bins or who knows what? But we're gonna go with it, and we've already got my wife's awesome barn that we've just got to have at this point. It just looks too good not to use it, and
She would kill you otherwise.
so I'd be dead apparently if we didn't use it, according to my wife. So I don't know, but I mean obviously we're gonna use it. So I'm gonna finish this area out, and I just hope it turns out like I envisioned in my head. I've really struggled getting my rocks correct, the correct tone. So much so that these are gonna have to get painted again a lighter color, or highlighted, or so. I still haven't quite figured it out yet what I'm gonna do, and I'm working on that before I actually do this waterfall section. So. Where do I buy static grass? So, I try to get mine from actually a local hobby train store that's about 45 minutes from here. So if you've got a local hobby store, that's a good place. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. But also, if you have to go online, hobbylink.com is a great place to get static grass. So, like what I did with the 5610. Thanks. Yeah, I think it's kind of neat the way that is over there. Should make a Steiger disc again. Maybe. Would love to do. I would love to do a Steiger disc, an heavy offset disc, and I'd love to do a Trail R disc, but that's so much effort. I just can't see myself doing it, or it being worth the effort to try and sell. I mean, to make one for myself, that's a whole different story. But glad to see you're wanting to stay married. I indeed want to stay married. Yes. If I were to rate Ertl Bobcats compared to the DM Cat 2720, 272D to save words, let's say the 270. Yeah, no, I think you're probably right about that. The Diecast Masters skid steers are just fantastic. Where'd I get my foam board? You can any lumber store, any lumber store, you can get your foam board. So if you got a local lumber yard, go there. If not, Home Depot, Lowe's, all those places will have it. It's just insulation. It's like 2-inch thick insulation. And then I layered it up in spots over here, obviously to build the height. But the base of this is 2-inch thick. Yeah, Jacob does have a Trail R disc. I don't know. Does he still build for people? I haven't talked to Jacob in forever. I need to. He built my Wish S disc over here for me as well. So he's great. I mean, he's a fantastic builder. I haven't had a chance to talk to him for a while. Cab actually has see-through mesh. That's nice. Yeah, that's a big difference between the two. Gosh, I really love the way this has turned out over here. Holy cow. Now I kind of...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Last pass you did.
That looks real good.
So key is, you gotta mix it in that little bowl, right?
Uh-huh. I'm almost wondering when this dries over here if we just don't scrape that off and re-hit that.
I would recommend.
Yeah, I think we will. Because that just looks too good. Yeah, this is fantastic over here. That's what I wanted. So... I'm going to wait for it to dry because otherwise it's just going to be a mess. But this is coming off, and we're just going to redo that. We'll do it with the same mix and same technique that I did that over there. I think that's the way to go. Hey, what's up? What's up, W9? How's it going? Here, I'll take you guys over and show you this. Now, obviously, this is not done, but right through here. Now, this white is going to be, there's going to be patches of dirt in there, basically patches of my undercoating there, and that looks very nice on that hillside there. I love that. That's what I was going for. So, it took me a while to find the right mixture. That's just the way it goes sometimes with stuff, but it's just, just the way it is. I'm gonna set you guys over here and down there, and I'm gonna run and put the cap on that, and I'm gonna grab the computer, and I'll sit down and chat and answer questions and whatever else y'all need me to do tonight before we close down shop and I get to building farm toys here tonight for a little while. I've been going through tires and wheels, trying to match them with what I want to customize next. So, all right, let's move that guy. I'm gonna put that there so I can read the chat. And I'm gonna have a seat, give my back a break. Oh yeah, I can show you the barn. I'll grab it here in a second and show you guys. Is there a better place to sell toys? Great question. Yeah, eBay is. I haven't sold on eBay for years. It's just kind of more of a hassle, to me anyway, than it is good. That's not to say it's not worth it for some guys, because I know there's guys that sell a lot of farm toys on there, which is great. It seems like the Facebook groups sell pretty good. I see a lot of movement on those, so that's cool. I don't know. Yeah, obviously I have my own website. We sell consistently off the website, but I'm not going to say that's our number one sales point. Farm toy shows are probably still number one for us, and then just guys wanting me to build something for them, probably. But we do, the website does fine. And, I'm going to be honest, if I had more time to devote to it and keep it up to date and all that stuff, I think we could sell well off the website. I think that could be a real good thing there. But, I have a full-time job, and I also farm a little and all that sort of thing. So life is busy. Okay, so here's the barn. Let's just set the barn over here. What the heck? Let's just see. Obviously, we've got a million trees to put over here, and I say a million, but there's going to be probably 100 plus over here by the end of it all. Now we've got to clean up the gravel. I mean, obviously, once that dries really good, we'll sweep all that up, and then we'll be able to see our gravel and our grass better. But here's the barn. I'm working on it. So that is, man, my wife completely scratch built that. Literally every board, every piece of roof, all of that is 100% scratch built. So she's obviously a pretty talented building builder. And it was very time consuming. I mean, she scratched every hole, knot, and everything you see in those boards. She scratched that by hand with a file or a fingernail. So I think it turned out awesome. If you look at the computer, you can see the computer on. It's like an infinite loop.
I saw the Bay Area had another first-time viewer.
Bay Area. Not sure if you caught it or not, but this is my first ever stream that I've caught so far. I remember watching as a little kid. You were a big inspiration for me getting in the farm toy world. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That makes my day. Really appreciate hearing that. That's what I'm here for, getting people into farm toys. It's such a great hobby. And, you're not hurting anybody when you're building farm toys. It's kind of relaxing. You make a lot of cool friends. It's just, this hobby's amazing. So I just try to get people into it because I think we can do really great things in this hobby. So anyway, I appreciate you making the live. That means a lot. Thank you so much. How to fill a hood gap. I think I might have put. Did I post a video on that? If not, I need to. Well, I think I did, but I tell you what. Here's what's tricky. I don't have a tractor that doesn't have a hood gap filled already, and it's sitting here. Boy, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it, but you take the two halves apart. Usually they're screwed or riveted together. Take some JB weld, put right down the seam, slap those two together, screw them back together. If they're riveted, clamp them until your JB weld is good and solid. You know, give it a good day or so. Sand it flat. I usually go back over it with some glazing putty, and then sand that really well. And then paint, or prime and paint. But I'm not saying that's the only way to do it, but that's how I do it. So, pros and cons of setting up your own website. Pros, obviously, it gets your work out there to people. It can be easy to buy off of if you set up a shopping cart and all that sort of thing. Super easy. Cons, keeping the inventory up to date is time consuming. Very time consuming. And getting good pictures can be tricky sometimes, and I've probably been a little lackadaisical about that, and I need to remedy that. I need to get my DSLR camera out, my good lens, good sharp lens, and really go to town on the next batch of customs that I do for the website. And then I don't know, the other cons are when you get flooded with orders. That's obviously a good thing because you're selling. But it can be kind of stressful if all of a sudden you've got 5 or 10 orders to fill in a night, and you're tired and you just want to go to bed because you have to work early the next morning. But it's part of it, and obviously you're super excited that you're selling toys, so that outweighs it obviously. But like for example tonight, I think I've got 2 or 3 orders to put together tonight before I go to bed. So, but that's a good thing. That barn took my wife quite a while. I don't know as far as hours go. But yeah, she's got some pretty serious time into that barn. But it's perfect. It looks exactly... I basically described it to her what I wanted, and she nailed it. So, hey, what's up, CW Farm? And I know she appreciates the compliments on it. I mainly enjoy... Yeah, spent a little more than you should so far. I totally get that, Bay Area Fab. Totally get that. Done that before. Mainly enjoy the truck and diorama aspect of farm toys, as I'm an all-around die-cast collector, and the tractors and other machinery and other builders are just amazing. I love seeing them. I really want to try to get into customs and even scratch building. I've been all over a stack trailer, and I'd make it out of styrene, but I don't know where to find any. So styrene, probably your best bet is hobbylink.com if you don't have a local hobby shop. But if you can find a local hobby shop that sells train supplies, like HO train or just any train supplies in general, the model railroad guys, they are really into scratch building. They will probably have all sorts of styrene for you to look at. Other than that, I'm not affiliated with HobbyLink in any way, shape, or form. I just have found that easier. If they want to, hit me up. What did she use for the roof? So K&S Metal makes a really thin corrugated roofing material. And so she used that, and she weathered it up. She kind of had her own little formula for weathering that up and rusting it. And then bent it and, poked it with needle and hammer or nail and hammer, things like that to poke the holes in it and to make it all sorts of kind of interesting. So, but yeah, you can buy a corrugated roofing material. I believe it's K&S Metals. Hobby Lobby has styrene. Yeah, some Hobby Lobbies have it. Micromark also probably has styrene. That's a good call. Micromark is great for tools and things like that. Especially if you need like what I call miniature power tools. They're fantastic. So yeah, don't sleep on Micro Mark there. Oh, okay. You're in Canada. Um, if you're on Turismo, if you're on like Instagram or someplace like that, or even Facebook, friend me or shoot me a message and just remind me that you're looking for styrene in Canada, and I'll hunt some down for you. Like I'm pretty sure. I know. I mean, I know I've got connections that can tell you where to get it, and I may know somebody up there that could sell it to you. I don't know for sure, but I'd be more than happy to shoot out some messages and see if I can't find you a place up there to get it. So it's expensive in Canada. You know, I could see that because it's got to go across the border, which is kind of unfortunately the way it is. I got a Dremel drill press from them. Yeah, okay, yeah. What did I get from? Oh, I just bought a mini tap and die set from Micro Mark. Actually, I'm getting it for Christmas. So,
Who are you?
from mom and dad.
Oh. I thought you were buying yourself gifts for Christmas.
No, I have not bought myself a Christmas gift. I got that 8960 farm show tractor. It's probably my Christmas gift to myself. I'm from Australia. Okay, so Australia, I don't know off the top of my head, but if you have time, check out on YouTube Luke Towan, and he does a lot of tutorial videos on building farm toy displays, or not in farm toy displays, but building dioramas. And he is also from Australia, which is why I mentioned that. And I'm pretty sure he mentions several times in videos or certain videos where he gets his supplies. So check out him. He's great. I've just a fantastic channel. I would love to. I'd love to figure out how to interview him for my podcast, but I don't know how to make that work. And it's not like I know him. I would probably contact him and be like, "Who the heck are you?" But it would be really cool. How much is styrene? Styrene's pretty inexpensive, to be honest with you, just depending on what you're getting. But you'd be shocked. Like this is 3D printed, but keep in mind. But I used to build these by hand with styrene tube, and I would have roughly about $3 in styrene in the frame of this thing. So styrene's pretty inexpensive. As it goes for building materials. So, certainly cheap enough where you can get yourself a little extra and make mistakes with it. Probably eBay is another place you could look. I don't know how that is up in Canada, but I bet you could find guys selling styrene up there too. Any tips for a beginning farm diorama? 10 minutes to go, guys. All right, so yeah, tips for beginning a farm diorama. So if you can draw it out just on a piece of paper, you can kind of scale that down to whatever size you're going to be able to use, whether it's a 4x8 or whether it's 2 foot by 2 foot. You can kind of scale that, sort of get an idea of how much room you're going to have, where you want to place what, so on and so forth. And if you really want to get high tech, you could do that on your computer on a program like SketchUp or something like that, where you can lay it all out. I've done that actually did it on this diorama, and the one before I actually did it on SketchUp. Now, then what's going to happen is you're going to get your foam board, and you get just 2-inch insulation foam board from from Home Depot, Lowe's, your local lumber yard, someplace like that, and then take what you've drawn and draw it out full size on your foam board. And if at that point you don't throw it all out, and because you realize it's not going to work the way you want it to, which happens to me often, go to town, start building. So, but that's how I would get started doing that. If you can model it off of a real farm or a part of a real farm, that's great, because that gives you something to look at to go, oh, okay, this guy's got pile of boards here. Maybe I could add that for detail or something like that. And then also watch videos on my channel, on Toy Tractor Times, other videos on YouTube of farm toy displays. And also don't skip model train videos too. Now a lot of them are HO scale or N scale, but the techniques and a lot of the I guess probably the techniques. A lot of the techniques are the same, and a lot of the theory is the same, if you will. But I think the most important thing is to just jump in and just see what you can do and have fun with it, and realize that it's not permanent. You're not stuck with it. If something didn't work out like you want, you can take it out and redo it if you really have to. So, what do you use to frame your shops? Balsa wood. You can get balsa wood at most hobby shops, Hobby Lobby, places like that. Really inexpensive, really easy to work with. Struggle with styrene, you need tips. So the best thing for styrene is getting a good cut, like a good straight cut. If you don't, get yourself some mini files, which you can get at like Harbor Freight for just a few dollars. It's like a package of 8 or 10 of them, or online. And file your edges, and then use Plastruct or there's another company that makes glue. It's not really a glue. It's like a brush-on liquid that is specifically for styrene, and it kind of welds them together. It's called Plasta-Weld, and that works awesome for putting styrene together. Forgot to make a plan, ended up with a huge model farm in the middle of the shed. That's how that goes, yeah. Have you watched 1/64 scale Lilliputians? I don't think I have. I'll have to check that out, though. Could I use popsicle sticks for mini sheds? Absolutely, yeah. You bet. The great thing, the really cool thing about building a model farm, customizing, all that sort of thing, is you can use whatever works for you. Give it a try. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, you can try something else. But yeah, if you've got popsicle sticks on hand and you want to use those to make a shed or to make your rafters or whatever, go for it. Give it a try. I've definitely done that before when I was in the past, when I was younger. So you bet. Supercar Garage, I've heard of that, yeah. Yeah, I just thought I'd bring the old John Deere, the 8960 out with the 7-shank weatherproofer. Since we got the 10-minute warning going on here. I just thought it'd be fun to take a look at it. I hope I can get at least one more of these at the Richmond, Indiana show here in a couple weeks, because I want to triple one up. So we'll hope so anyway. Oh, that'd be super cool there, Turismo. Actually, any of those would be pretty cool. I got to think in Toronto, you've got some pretty good hobby shops, I would think. Look for like model train shops, model railroad shops and stuff like that. You can grab a lot of styrene and all sorts of materials there. Favorite tractor brand, Steiger. What would you have to do to get you one of those old rundown sheds? I think, I feel like my wife is retired from the shed building business.
You can't afford me.
She spent so much time on that one. I'm pretty sure she won't do it. Oh yeah, for diecast. Yeah, I've run into that too at some stores. It's just a lot of diecast, which is cool. I mean, that's just another hobby I don't need to get into, is diecast cars. But John Deere at heart. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I pretty much love them all. I mean, that's my weakness. I really do. Like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite tractors, real or toy, either one. But you know, I'm a Steiger guy. I love anything quad track. I mean, I got a quad track sitting here. This is going to get converted to the International 810, like I did the wheel version. If you guys have seen that. Yeah, farm toys, I'm sure in the city are hard to come by. I bet. Oh, well, I will, Donnie. Thanks. And yeah, I hope to catch you at Richmond too. That'll be awesome. I definitely hope we get to run into each other. Who's all on Christmas break? Not I. Wish it was. Boy, if I could have a week off before Christmas, the amount of farm toys I could build, holy cow. It'd be amazing. I could have like a whole new lineup at Richmond, but alas, not meant to be. I was sort of hoping it was going to be kind of cold and wintry this week, so I could take a little time and build, but it's just not going to happen. It's all right. I'm glad to be able to still be outside working. Well, guys, probably ought to start wrapping this up. Would love to go to a farm toy show. Yeah, you'll just have to save up and come across the border and like hit Lafayette or Nationals or St. Louis or something. I promise, if you take a mini vacation to one of those shows, you will not be disappointed. Where could I pick up a scale ruler? Oh, that's a great question. So I got mine at a local train store. I saw one at Hobby Lobby the last time I was there, so that might be an option. Yep, Everett, no problem. I'll send you a link when I get out of here. You bet. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you hanging out with me on another Sunday night. It's always fun. I love doing these. Seems like Sundays are the best night. It seems like I get the best questions on Sunday nights. Like it seems like during the week, it's a little less questions. It's so this is great. Anyway, I don't know. Love it. Thanks for joining me. I'll have to head over to Janesville for the next show, about 30 minutes away from there. Oh, absolutely. You bet. You bet. That's a great show. Gosh, this year, what a show that was. I was stunned when we walked in and saw the size of the place and how they filled it. I mean, that was wow. So, all right, guys. Yep. See you later. Malachi, see you in like 2 weeks. We'll hope we both have an awesome Richmond show. See you later. Merry Christmas. Absolutely. Any streams soon. You never know. I mean, I'm sure we'll try to work one in next weekend, probably Sunday-ish or so. If not, if we got time in the middle of the week, you never know. Might do one. So anyway, yep. Good night, everybody. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. And we'll talk to you soon. So, I will, Malachi, for sure. All right, guys, have an awesome night. Talk to you later. Happy tractor hunting.